What's up? We're going to continue off of video number 10 now that we're on to video number 11. We learned last time how to make a grayscale or a value scale. This time I'm going to teach you at least 3 different methods for how to create that. So you can pick your favorite one and use it. So let's get to it. Hey there everybody, Dees coming back to you with yet another drawing lesson. I decided, hey, the only thing I'm really good at is teaching people how to do art. Why don't I just give it away for free now that I'm stuck at home? So that's exactly what I'm doing. I've been messing around with YouTube for a couple years. Think I got that a little bit, I'm a little bit better than my old potato style videos that I had. And I just want to teach you everything that you need. A lot of people think it's a magical skill to go from starting to learn to draw to knowing how to draw, and it is not. It's just a matter of, like anything else, like exercise, you can build your muscles by lifting weights, you can hit the art gym, and that's what we're doing. So here we go. I'm going to show you 3 different methods. Last time we talked about, we've been working our way from the basics, the line, the shape. Now we're up to value, which is fading from light to dark. If you didn't check in the first video on the value, you should definitely go back. That's probably linked below. And you should go back and check at least that one out. But I would start from the beginning of our video series, because it really is just me laying out the basics from the beginning to the end. I'm going to show you 3 different methods that you can create a value scale, a fade from light to dark. I'm going to draw 3, not too big, rectangles. Obviously they're not perfect, but that's okay. 2, 3. Okay, so what is the first way that I'm going to show you? The first way that I'm going to show you is very, very simple. I'm going to make this the light side and this the dark side, so I'm going to start off shading back here. Shade it in, color it in nice and solid, as good as I can get it. This is just a technique that you can do with just one pencil. Nice and solid back here. Then as I come further back, I'm going to get a little bit lighter, varying my pressure, moving my fingers back on my pencil. So like down here is the hardest that I can press, grabbing right by the tip. Way back here is much lighter. So I'm going somewhere in the middle around here to lighten up a little bit. And as I get further, I'm going to further across, and I want it to get lighter, I'm going to move my hand further back. It's called varying your pressure. You notice that I always kind of overlap that last color or that last gray that I did, just so that I can create that nice fade in between. Make sure we're never going from dark to light to dark. We want to always have the color changing in one direction. Can move my hand back a little further here. Get even lighter. By this point, I'm barely touching. Trying to get those really nice light fades. Come back in here and darken it a little because I feel like we got to jump back here. Okay, that is called varying your pressure. Right now, the second thing that I'm going to teach you about is called scumbling. And it's where you do little loop-de-loos. Watch me. I'm just going to loop-de-loop-de-loop-de. And I'm going to overlap them so much down here that it's going to be almost entirely solid. It'll probably be entirely solid. But I'm just doing this little loop over and over and over. You don't see the individual loops because I keep them so close together. They just become a solid color. But that's what we're doing. Loop, 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 loop. Now, as I get a little further down, I'm going to spread my loops out some, because the more of the white of the page that you let show through, the lighter it gets. I just want a little bit of the white of the page showing through at this point, so I spread them out a little. Want a little more now as I get further. A little more. The white of the page, this we're talking about, not more lead, because more lead makes it darker. Or more graphite, I should say, since the world is a healthier place now than it was when I was a kid. And a little more until you barely have anything. Got ourselves a nice little fade. Some people might take this and try and smudge it with their fingers. That's not one of the methods that we're learning about today. What do you know? We'll learn 4 methods. I'll teach you that one last. That one's really easy. But that one is called scumbling. Okay, now the next one is called hatching or cross-hatching. Hatching would be if I did lines that just go in one direction. And this is going to be mostly cross-hatching, because cross-hatching is when you then come around and you do it in the opposite direction. You'll notice I'm taking the time to draw my lines one at a time. I'm trying to fill in as many of those white spots as I can. It's not dissimilar from the Scumbling, where we're really just managing how much of the white of the page that we're letting go through. Spreading them out a little bit as I get across. A little bit at a time. Take your time and draw those. I go quick, but I do draw my lines one at a time. I promise you that. One. You see, by the time I'm getting down here, it's getting really spread out, right? And I barely have any of the second set of lines. So eventually I get down to where it's fading across. I think in here I could have filled it in a little better. Even when I'm coming back and filling in, I'm still focusing on drawing my lines one at a time. All right, got a little bit of leftover white spots in my dark area that I want to fill in real quick. And that being said, I think we got ourselves a nice simple fade going across there. And now that is called hatching. Like breaking out of an egg to start your life as a bird. It's also a way of drawing one line at a time, either parallel or crossing, that can add value. Now, I'm going to teach you how to smudge. It's pretty easy. Start down here and color kind of a lot. Not too much, but kind of a lot. Come over here and color a little bit. Come back here and barely color at all. And then you can take your finger smudge, mainly moving from the dark side to the light side. Sometimes you fix a border line by going back. And if you see a big jump, then you gotta shade in a little bit more. Or there's a big jump. Fix it up with your finger. Get a little bit more down here maybe. Thin it up. Back here, we want to get it nice started. I'm just coming in with an eraser to clean up around my edges. And this one is called smudging. Practice them. Again, each of them over here. And I think one page filled of those would be good, so. All right, so that is what I want you to do. I want you to go and practice 4 more of these right now. And figure out which one your favorite one is. Which one is your favorite one? Is there one of them that helps you make your drawings better? If you were drawing, maybe like, this one's my favorite if I'm drawing something super realistic, and then this is my favorite if I'm kind of doing a doodle. Maybe you have different favorites like that. All right, make sure that you like and subscribe and stick with us, because as we've learned these lessons, all the way from the beginning, line to shape, now we're learning value, next we'll learn form, and then we'll get into realism, and before you know it, we're really going to be doing some amazing artwork. So just stick with it and do every single step, and I promise it'll pay off. All right, bye-bye. So here is your homework for the different methods of value scales. I want you to fill an entire page with different value scales that you use the different methods on, and just put a big circle around whichever one is your favorite method. Which one feels the most natural to you when you're drawing? That's what I want to know. So do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the last thing that I wanted to say. This is going to be at the end of every video, I do believe. When you are done with your homework, take it on over to the Discord and turn it into the art submissions. We want to see what you're working on. I will pop in from time to time, usually around 4 o'clock in the morning. Don't get weirded out by that. And I will give you feedback on the work that you have done. So make sure that you check the link below so that you can get to our Discord and you can join these submissions and start putting your art out there for people to see, give you feedback, help you get better at. I got a bunch of artists that have already gone through my class that hang out in there, and if you think you're going to do something funky, you're not, because my mods are going to get you. You understand what I'm saying? I might be a boomer, but my mods are powerful zoomers. I'm not challenging you, though. Please don't mess with please, just be nice. Just do the artwork.